How did a boy born into a noble family in ancient Rome rise to be one of the world's most powerful and influential figures? And how did his reign as dictator of Rome end in ruin? Let's start at the beginning. Gaius Julius Caesar was born into a world of politics. His father had enjoyed moderate political success, and young Caesar himself served as a priest of Jupiter, one of the most powerful gods in the Roman pantheon. Yet his formative years were not without adversity. During the dominance of Lucius Cornelius Cinna, Caesar had to go into hiding, showcasing his resilience and survival skills. But it was his time in Asia, serving as part of the governor's staff, where he began to truly hone his political and strategic skills. It was also during this time that he showed the world his unflinching courage. When pirates intercepted and ransomed him, Caesar didn't cower. Instead, he promised to hunt them down. And he did just that, capturing and executing those who had dared cross him, a clear demonstration of his determination and conviction. These early experiences laid the foundation for the rise of a man who would shape the course of history. From these humble beginnings, Julius Caesar ascended to the heights of power. But how did he do it? Well, it all began with his military genius. As a Roman general, Caesar led the charge in the Gallic Wars, a series of military campaigns against the Celtic tribes of Gaul. His victories not only expanded the Roman Republic's territories, but also earned him immense popularity among the Roman populace. Next came his great political triumph. The civil war against his rival Pompey proved to be a decisive moment. Caesar's victory in this conflict cemented his position at the helm of Roman power. He became the dictator of the Roman Republic in 49 BC, seizing control of Rome's political landscape. But what were his other accomplishments during this time of power? Caesar was not only a skilled military leader, he was also a reformist at heart. He implemented many social and governmental reforms, aiming to improve the life of his citizens. He introduced measures to alleviate plight of the poor, restructured the Roman government, and reformed the Roman tax system. Perhaps his most lasting contribution was the creation of the Julian calendar. Before Caesar, the Romans used a lunar calendar, which was often inconsistent and confusing. Caesar introduced a solar calendar with 12 months and 365 days. This Julian calendar is the one we still use today. With his military prowess and his political savvy, Caesar had changed the face of Rome and set the stage for a new era. Even the greatest of rulers can fall, and so too did Julius Caesar. But how did this powerful leader meet his downfall? As Caesar's power grew, so did his hubris. He began to consolidate more and more power, gradually transforming Rome's republic into a dictatorship. His reforms, though beneficial for many, were seen by the noblemen as a slap in the face to the traditional values of the republic. The decision to declare himself dictator in perpetuity was the final straw. The senators who once admired him started to view him as a threat to the democratic ideals of the republic. Among these senators were Brutus and Cassius, men who once fought alongside Caesar in his early years. They began to plot against him, driven by the belief that they were saving the republic from his tyranny. The discontent among the senators was palpable. The tension was like a tightened bow, ready to snap. And snap it did on the Ides of March in 44 BC. Caesar, oblivious to the plotting, attended a Senate meeting at the theater of Pompey. There, he was ambushed by a group of senators led by Brutus and Cassius. Each senator took turns plunging their daggers into Caesar, a horrific act of betrayal that left the once great leader lifeless on the Senate floor. In a tragic twist of fate, the man who had risen from a noble family to the pinnacle of power saw it all end in ruin by those who had been closest to him.